Hey, what's up guys? It's BeanTD here. I came out with another video to show you guys the overall tier list that I came up with. Uh, my last two videos I did a DPS tier list, so this one is a DPS and a range tier list. So the tier list that you see on your screen right now is just the best units in the game in order, basically. So in S we have the Blossom Barrage. That is the best unit in the game. You could buy it as an exclusive, which is now run out, so you probably can only get it through trading. The second best unit is the Bloodvine. Third best is the Khorne, and this is all based on the damage and the range. Now I've put the Lucky Clove in here because I don't have it, so I still need to mess around with it and see what its uses are, but I believe it has a luck factor, and I think it gives a damage increase, but I could be wrong. So until I have more information on that, I'll update it next time. So anyway, the S units are basically just the best units in the game. Then we have A. These are just very good units, but they're just not the same level as the S. So the Laser Plant is very good, it does its job. The Bronze Golem's very good, it does its job. Grape, again, very good, does its job. I threw this Speed Sprinkler in there because it's a cooldown reduction unit, which I think has a lot of value when you're using like the Blossom Barrage and the Bloodvine and the Khorne, as it can give them a lot more DPS per second, which makes it worth the the one unit that you put down. So then we have B, which is just, these are good usable units. They are not bad at all. Again, I made a video on the Palm Tree. It's a very good unit because it has very good range and good damage. So all of these are usable, but if you have if you have units in A or S, I would probably use them instead. The C tier units, they aren't bad, but they have very limited range. So if you're using them for a specific reason, then that's perfectly fine. But I want units with high range and high DPS, as I run a lot of Endless. So the more range, I can put it in the middle and hit everything. They don't do that. Then we have D. The Chili Pepper is a weird unit at the moment where you put it down on the lane and it can do damage. Like, it does a lot of damage, but it uses a character every single time. So if you're the type of person that wants to pop one down every time, that's fine, but I don't value it very high at the moment. I just wouldn't use it. I think if they wanted to improve it, they would just make it a non-unit and just make it so you can place it down and it doesn't count as a unit. Just a bit like a trap unit. And yeah, like the rest of them are good, but they just have no range. The Broccoli has like 600 DPS, but it has just really bad range. And then probably to the most important part, which is the starters. People have been using a lot of different ones. These are just based on stats of what is the best. So the pumpkin is the worst based on stats. I'd say the top four, which is the Sowflower, the Potato, the Gnome, and the Farmer. These are all just very interchangeable, which means you can swap them for whichever one you like more. Because the difference between the Sowflower and the Farmer isn't very big, where it's going to cost you much. So for me, for example, I'm using the Farmer down here just because I like the unit. I think it looks funny. So if you like the Gnome or you like the Potato more, then just feel free to use that. The rest of them, I think Cactus is fine as well. The rest of them, past the Eggplant, are just a bit low level. I wouldn't really use them. The Ghost Pepper can be good, and I think so can the Pumpkin. The reason I've put those at the bottom, because they are 350, and I-class starter units is like, I'd say anywhere from like 100 to 300, or 150 to 300. And with the Ghost Pepper and Pumpkin, you're going to have to wait a few seconds to even be able to put them down, which you might lose health with. So I would just much rather use the top four. They're probably your best bet. And yeah, Just other than that, should be an idea of what you could use. You will get very far if you have any of the A or S's, especially the S's. They are super strong. I'll show you now. Once these units come out in a day tomorrow, I'll make a video on them, and at the end of the video, I'll put them in the tier list of where I think they should be, based on the information I have. And it should give everyone an idea of if the unit that came out is good or not, and if it's worth swapping for something else that you have. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.